Good morning, everybody. I just thought we would pop on here and kind of cover a little bit of the airspace time that Roger normally is on. I know he had several errands he had to run. He's been keeping busy, and quite frankly, here in Port Huron, the weather is not all that peachy. Corey Mono, how you doing, Corey? Is not that peachy, so I thought, what the heck, I would cover for Roger. Um, UFO, how you doing? Yeah, Roger got busy. He's trying to get things in order there at the house. Mario's coming over to help him with his carport project to get it buttoned up before, because they're calling. Maybe he might get a little bit of snow in the evenings, and it's been windy, so he had things he had to get done. So I just thought I'd come on here to see how it is and not leave everybody hanging. I know that there's a certain amount of people, they've got errands they got to do and they got things going on. Oh, birthday. Whose birthday? Is it your birthday, Corey? Oh, oh, okay. Clarification there, Corey. The yeah, it's just not nice weather. As you can see here, um, we're supposed to be having a cloud bank swoop in, which it is. It got sunny for about an hour. Now the cloud bank's back, and we've got um, what I think is supposed to be snow coming down fairly soon, and that's not a good thing. Um, I can show you guys what I'm looking at on the radar. There's the radar right there. And the blue, of course, is snow. This is rain, some thunderstorms embedded in there. That is sweeping in. This portion seems to be dissipating a little bit, but this is the snow that wants to kind of arc and come down. I'm not so sure we're really going to get it, but could get some light flurries, I guess. Oh, it is your birthday today. All right, Corey Mono, happy birthday. Hey, Asgard, how you doing? Hugh, I know that you had things you wanted to get done. Hugh was on with Roger and Dave Ennis. Good morning, my friend. Hugh, I'm going to send you an invite link just in case you wanted to come back on. Um, I didn't send you one because I just figured that you were doing other things. But I don't want you to feel left out, my friend. Um, yeah, big happy birthday. Everybody wish Corey Mono a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Corey Mono. Happy birthday to you, Corey Mono. Happy birthday, dear Corey. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Coast to coast says happy birthday, Corey. You're the man of the hour, Corey. This is Corey Mono's birthday party. Birthday celebration, right? Because it's one of the few times when you can be like you want to be, you know? You can have whatever you want to have, do whatever you want to do. Uh, and hopefully the wife is not reining you in from doing what you want to do. So that's a good thing. Yes, I'm online with the gang, and it's Corey Mono's birthday. You might want to come over and say happy birthday to Corey.
Tell Corey I said happy birthday. You know I'm not getting a hug.
No, you don't have to get it. I mean, I'm talking in the chat.
Well, if you're talking, then they can hear me, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Happy birthday, Corey.
There you go, Corey. Yeah, Roger.
You got stuff to do.
Yep, Roger had stuff to do, so I just came on to kind of fill the slot. A lot of people were on here. A lot of people were on here that kind of maybe felt left out, so I fired it up. And Asgard checked in. Corey, Coast to Coast Drones, UFO. Um, quite a few people. Asgard said he just tested the snowblower. Works great. Even has a light on the front. He says.
Really?
Yep. So.
Something must be wrong with your phone or my phone because you're going in and out.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'll see you over there. Maybe you'll join us in the chat.
Did you start another stream?
Yeah, it's under me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you guys were in private. All right.
Nope. All right, bye-bye.
Okay. All right, bye.
Okay, so Lenny's going to join us shortly. Hugh, that's exciting. It's working as you wanted, and you're going to be set to go. Fantastic. Yeah, you just don't know, that what the weather's going to bring. Yep. Looks like it's having a little trouble stitching all the radars together. Ha, it's funny. The the time frame thing, I think. Hey, AZ, the time change has really thrown a lot of people off. It feels like it's 11:30, which it was yesterday, but it's 10:30 now. So Roger had plans to get things done, so he left us, and so I decided to come on and fill the spot a little bit. And I'm glad to see everybody here. Corey Mono's birthday today. Everybody, make sure you wish Corey a happy birthday. AZ's here, Asgard, Corey Mono, of course, UFO, and Bill, Coast to Coast Drones, popped in, said happy birthday to Corey. Yep. We're celebrating Corey Mano's birthday. How old are you today, Corey? 24, 26? Okay. Okay, Corey, we can do that. We can do that. Oh. Okay, for Corey Mano's birthday, here we go. Are you ready? Everybody watching? Mana mana do 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 do. Mana mana do 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 do. Mana mana do 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 do. Mana mana. Happy birthday, Corey. Yeah, Corey, happy birthday. There you go. That's for Corey and gang. So are you having a big party over there, Corey, or what? Corey's 34 today. Hugh's waiting to load his son up, and his son's going to go off for the remake of Three's Company. He's moving in with two young ladies. And so it's got to be bittersweet sweet for Hugh. He's had his son there for a while with him as usual, raised the boy, and now the son is moving on. D90 Bell. Low key party with the family. That's all. Okay, Corey Mano, I get it. I hope that they got a nice cake and ice cream for you because there's nothing like cake and ice cream. Big day at Hughes. Yeah, Lynn went through that 3 times. Her daughter's moving out. Well, actually 4 times when she moved out. It was reverse. Yep. So I hope everybody remembered where need be that you did fall back 1 hour. It's now 10:36. It would be 11:36 if this were yesterday. Cupcakes. Okay, Corey. Nothing wrong with that. Federal Bristol. One of the heavy lift ships. Headed downbound. What's everybody's thoughts? The obvious thoughts are the Mavic Mini 2 and the Pocket 2. I got notification today that my Pocket 2 was shipped. So that will be arriving soon. For sure. Just looking around here at my desk, I think I misplaced something. Huh. The only advice I give to anybody and everybody out there in the world, if you can help it, don't get old. Stay young. That would be my advice to everybody. Stay young. Oh, AZ, good for you. I don't know when they're going to take orders. Now, somebody had made the statement that Best Buy, if you go into a store that has them, you can buy it on the spot, but you can't, you have to pick it up after the 4th. I don't know how that would work. It might not be a good way to do it, because what's to say on the 4th, if you weren't there at opening time, they wouldn't sell yours. So it's yeah, but I don't think that DJI Direct is taking orders on them yet. I haven't seen it on their store webpage, but you would think they'd have it up there and then just ship it after the 4th. But then again, what do I know? I'm just here. D90 Bell, thanks for coming in and watching. AZ, how are you? Are you going to order direct from DJI, or are you going to go and get it locally? Ah, okay. Yeah, I ordered the Pocket from DJI because no shipping, no tax. But I don't believe that DJI has I don't think DJI has the ability to sell it before the 4th. I think they don't do pre-sales. Maybe they do, but I haven't seen DJI store pre-sales. There's Hugh.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Today is Corey Mono's birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Corey Mono.
There you go. So the snowblowers are set and ready to go.
It is ready to rock. It makes a really interesting sound when it winds up. It sounds almost like a drone motor.
Ah.
It's a high pitch, like kind of cool.
And you said you got a light on the front too.
Yeah, there's a big floodlight. So I suppose if you're snow blowing in dark, early morning, like winters tend to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it lights up the way.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it'll be okay for a small driveway. I mean, it's not a big, powerful snowblower. It's a smaller one, but I think it'll still do the job.
Yeah. AZ Drone and I were just talking about he wants to order the Mini 2.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's not on Amazon yet. and it's not on Best Buy's website yet.
Yeah.
And as last I knew, it was not appearing on the DJI site.
Probably won't be able to actually order it until whatever the announcement is, the 5th or something. I don't know if
Well,
anybody's got a consensus.
Yeah, that could be the 4th. I think it is when Best Buy has said they're going to start selling them.
Oh, okay.
But the twist is, they came out with the announcement on the Pocket 2, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you could order it, but it didn't ship until today. They weren't shipping them out until today.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, maybe they would let you do the Mini 2 and then ship it on the 4th, which is only 4 days away. Don't know.
Yep.
Of course, who am I to tell DJI what to do?
That's the big gorilla. You don't push them around easily.
Yep. Yeah, the weather turned not so good again.
It's dark and cold here.
Dark and cold. And then
and cold.
every once in a while I get like a band goes through and it's like a gust.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good question, AZ Drone, dude. I don't know. You really think, especially with the leak of the DJI drone, that they'd announce it and just say it's available on a such and such date, right?
Yep.
Like you might as well, and then people can start thinking about pre-orders or whatever.
Well,
right?
or why wouldn't they collect the pre-order money?
Exactly, or start allowing pre-orders for sure.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like I say, I don't. DJI is a smarter company than I am for sure, but
And the Chinese are very secretive people, the nation, the Chinese country. So that's just kind of a cultural thing, I think.
yeah, they hold it tight to their fist, don't they?
Yeah, not big on sharing. I guess that's kind of political. But then we're not on Roger's channel today.
Yeah, I just decided, Roger had things to do, and I know he was. You could tell when he gets a little antsy, he's
Yeah.
quiet. He gets a little quiet, and so I thought, well, there was a few people on Roger's channel that maybe were looking for some place to go, so I said I'll fire it up, and
Sounds like a plan.
yeah, I just went to the DJI site, and there's no hint about the Mavic Mini 2.
Yeah, Corey, I've had personal experience with corporate espionage. So from Chinese companies, one in particular that happens to be very big and shall remain nameless.
Yeah. I'm kind of amazed that they still have the Inspire 2 on their webpage site.
Why?
Well, because I think it's becoming almost a commercialized drone, and probably most people that do commercial, have the $10,000 or $15,000 to put into a drone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was with Nortel at the time, Corey. Nortel was the victim in this case of IP theft on a massive scale too. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Paul.
That's okay. But then there's also rumors of either a Phantom 4 Plus or whatever coming out.
I wonder if they'll do a Phantom 5.
Well, that's the thing. The guesstimation is Phantom 5, and then but Yet, if you remember a year ago, after the Inspire 2 landed and was, touted, that there was coming out with an Inspire 3 that might not be as big and bulky and everything as the Inspire 2, but still have.
Ooh, kind of like an Inspire Air.
Yes, yes,
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
yes.
A smaller Inspire. Oh,
A
dude,
smaller with
dude,
the arms still go up.
I'd
Yep,
buy the shit out of that just
Yeah.
because.
yep,
So can you imagine a Mavic Air 2, but with Inspire landing gear? Oh my
Yep.
God.
yep,
Who wouldn't want to fly that drone?
yep.
Like, ooh, that would be so nice.
It would so much. And in fact, they're technologically, I would say, probably capable of making it so that it would fold up as well,
Yeah.
you know? And when you unfolded the arms, they were down, and when you folded them up, they came up next to the body. And then when it took
Yeah.
off, the arms just articulated up.
Yeah. I would think, I would think that the Phantoms are still going to be picked up by professional photographers because they've got a bigger sensor than the
The
Mavic, don't
1-inch
they?
sensor, yeah.
They've got a full 1-inch sensor, so that's a pretty powerful thing, right?
Yep.
And the one rule with photography is light is everything.
Yep.
So the more light you get in that lens, the lower light situations you can be in, the clearer, more crisp pictures. So it's just
Well,
a
that's
better,
like my
all
Mavic
around.
2 Pro has the 1-inch sensor.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go.
That
Then you
was
got the
the
foldability.
trade-off for the Hasselblad camera underneath there. It doesn't zoom, but
Right.
it's the 1-inch
That's a
sensor.
1-inch. Okay, well then that's probably a better drone, right? Because it's portable and it has the same capabilities. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah,
What's
Corey
up, Drone
Mono
Shots?
says the Diet Inspire 3 Mini.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I would just love that. That I would friggin' buy whether I needed it or not.
Good morning, Drone Shots. Yeah. Drone Shots, you're an Inspire guy. We were just talking about an Inspire 3
Yeah.
might be designed to be smaller and still have the articulating arms and the same stability and everything.
Ooh, can you imagine one at about $1,500?
Yep.
I would forget all about splash drones and I think I would buy that.
I don't know. I don't know if you'll ever be happy until you have a splash drone, Hugh.
You might be right. One of these days I might have to.
When you get something in your mind.
Yeah. Well, what I like about the splash drone is that you can fly in any weather.
Any weather, yep.
You can, whenever the hell you feel like flying, you can just fly. That's awesome. Now, would I want to be standing out in the pouring rain flying the splash drone?
Yeah, that's right.
Probably not. But it would be some cool footage though, right?
Well, here's what I'm surprised at. Knowing how people like to go out and fly in all kinds of weather. Somebody hasn't come up. You know how they have those landing pads that you twist and put together?
Yeah, got one right beside me.
Why somebody hasn't developed a similar type product, doesn't necessarily have to twist, but with clear plastic that you could unfold quickly and stand inside.
Oh, do you know they have things like that, Paul? Not to stand inside under the necessarily, but they're for the beach. Like they're little sun cabanas. They have them that are just like what you're describing.
Ah,
Let's look them up on Amazon. They're pop-up beach shelter, maybe. Let's see.
oh yeah, Drone Shots. The Inspire series, the 1 and 2 are great handling the wind. But the interesting thing is, Drone Shots, since I sold all of my Inspires and I've been flying the Mavic 2s, I get out and fly in a lot of heavy wind. What I would categorize heavy wind, maybe not hurricane, but I had it up the other day in 30, 35 mile an hour gusts. and it just flew just fine because the profile is so small, it seems to slice through. But what I noticed about the Inspire is the power on the Inspire. When I used to go up under the bridge in heavier winds, boy, that baby really articulated and tilted into the wind like this. And that's got to be more wind pressure. The bigger the surface, the more the wind pressure. So I don't know. I'm not an aeronautical engineer, but I think it has to do with the surface volume that's tilted into the wind about how it. But don't get me wrong. I said, when I was chasing like a one of those really fast speedboats up the river, I'd put the on the controller, I'd put the arms down, Hugh, in the landing position.
Yep.
I'd gain another 4 or 5 miles an hour.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because I read that on the Inspire, one of the Inspire forums. They said if you really want to increase your speed, put the landing gear down. And I did that, and boy,
That's interesting. I would have thought, maybe the opposite.
yeah.
But
No.
anyway, I thought maybe the main chassis would interfere with airflow or whatever. It looks like, anyway, yeah.
Well, what it did is like I said, the Inspire at full speed, when you're doing about 45 miles an hour, it still is angled like this. So if the arms are up like that, you're getting more of a hit. You put them down, and it's hitting the main top, and I think and it's like an arrow,
I think Drone Shots has got it. The center of mass is lower when the legs are up, which means the power is farther away from the weight it's got to control.
Right.
So when you push that chassis in, it's closer to the blades that are controlling it. So that means it's got, it should be a little bit more responsive.
Sure.
Which is the opposite of what you want for camera work, right? You want it slower and a little bit more in control.
JSK, good morning. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're all celebrating Corey Mano's birthday today.
Happy birthday, dear Corey.
Happy birthday to you.
34.
34 years. Just a young whippersnapper.
Oh, I wish I was 34 again, man.
I've said this before. I think you may have heard me. If I could be young again, the caveat is I want to know from what I have learned in life's experiences. I don't want to go back and be young and dumb again.
I agree with you. Well, it's hard though. Because you do a lot of stupid shit when you're younger that are actually, I did a lot of crazy things that I'm glad I did, but I wouldn't do them now. So if my mind went back into that body, I wouldn't have those adventurous experiences that I had.
Yeah, but would you want to keep the experiences, know what you know now, and say, I'm not doing that again?
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change a single thing. I just wish I could be back there with a younger body. That's all. So did you see the link I put in there, Paul, for the shelter? Click on the second link and look at the Amazon page, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. It's a pop-up shelter with, the frame. Not quite what you were talking about, but the closest thing we got. And Corey was saying that some of the guys use them for racing.
Oh, yeah. That'd be really good for racing.
For drone racing, yeah.
And the bigger ones that are $119, you can have more than one person in them.
Oh, there's a bigger one?
Yeah, here, I'll show you.
Oh.
Screen share.
Oh, look at that. That's perfect.
See, there's the 119, the 109, which is blue. If you want red, it's a little bit more, $10 more.
I like the red. Looks good.
And there's the green is 99.
Yep.
And then there's the single ones.
So you could sit there and fly your splash drone, right?
Yep. You could almost put a little bench in that one.
Oh, yeah. I used to have a 2-person pop-up bench. I really liked it.
Called a pod tent. Yeah,
Hot tent. Yeah.
cool.
Hey, what's up, Michael Maney? How you doing?
Hey, Michael. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're just standing in for Roger. Roger had some things to do. His son was coming over and he wanted to get prepared. Today's the day they want to finish off the little car shed or port or whatever you want to call it. He and Kim went out yesterday and finally got the tarp back on it. Now they got to finish up the tying down and leveling it out and getting it ready. So, yep, drone shots exactly. If I could be young again and know what I know now.
Yes, indeed.
JSK wants to be young and dumb again. Yep.
Yes, indeed. Ignorance is bliss, that's for sure. Yeah, well, I'm glad I tested the snowblower. That was pleasing.
Yeah, that's got to make you feel better anyway.
Yeah, I know it works.
You're ready to rock and roll, and you've got 2 batteries.
2, yep. So I should have no problems.
Yeah, because you're not
Getting
doing like
everything
a 60 or 80 foot driveway and
Nah.
and a whole bunch of sidewalks and everything else.
No, mine's like I think it might be 30 by 20,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's the whole thing. And then I've got a small path that goes beside and behind the house to the side door, which is where we come in every day. So I'd have to.
Lynn's
Do
got
that.
an electric snow blower pusher type thing too, but I don't think she uses it much because her neighbor has a big one and he comes over and does like the front part.
Oh, that's nice.
She either shovels or works on the back herself
Yeah.
because she has a fence at the house line that goes by to and close it so the dogs go out, they stay inside, you know.
Gotcha. Oh, drone shots. He's saying he wants a drone with 4 views of the cam, front, back, left, and right. You can do that now, buddy. If you put an Insta-1 360 or whatever it is, it's a 360-degree camera. People have put them on drones, and then you get a 360-degree video shot.
Yeah.
And then you just pick your angles, pick your camera angles in post.
See, and I don't quite understand how it does that because it does it,
I don't know.
you know, it's beyond me because in my mind, it would have, you remember when they first came out and you could stitch together a panoramic?
Yeah.
But this thing is on the fly, you know?
And it's video.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand pictures. I understand the process there, but the video, I do not know. Do not know.
Oh, Lenny, sorry to hear that. I guess I'll have to be paying more attention. Big snows.
Oh,
Or unless you contract with the same guys that Bob does. If a big snow, I hate to see you out there screwing around with it when we get a big snow.
yeah, it sure is gloomy here today. Let's light some incense.
What do you want? She wants something. You'll be right back. Keep an eye on it for me, will you?
Yep.
Mia starts getting the antsy and looking at me like, hey.
Hey, Daddy, what's up? What's live fly drone shots?
Yep.
That was fast.
Well, I thought she wanted to go out, but what she wanted was her dog biscuit.
Okay.
I think she's like the rest of us. She gets bored and eats.
Yeah.
I don't know. Drone Shot's got a good question there. Maybe you answered it while I stepped away. Hugh, that camera, can you get the live feed on your monitor at the same time or no?
The Insta-One 360?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. Let me check.
I don't know if it just records, but I didn't know if it had a view outlook. You know, because if anybody develops one that has a view that you can see either on your phone or tablet or however you're viewing, wouldn't that be gold? You talk about you
Yeah.
back into something, run into something on the side, or side slide into something, or you can
Well,
see everything.
It says you can use the Insta 360 One as a USB webcam.
Wow. So that
So-
would lead me to believe that the Insta 360, you could actually put it on the monitor.
I would think so. If it's going to be a webcam, you're able to do that. Yeah. So there you go. The answer is yes. Yeah, that is a really intriguing camera. And if I didn't have the GoPro 7, I would have bought that one.
Did you ever buy an Insta 360?
No, I've never had a 360-degree camera. Not yet. Gotcha. I got you, Drone Shots. So you'd want all the different views like side by side, so you could just at a glance look at the different shots. That makes sense. That actually would be really useful. That would be really useful. Because the 360 camera is basically like a sphere, and you just move this virtual camera inside the sphere to point at whatever you want to look at, I guess. But you have to do that in post-production. But I guess if you're using it as a webcam, there must be some control to control kind of virtual angle of the camera, right?
Well,
Good
and
thing.
see, the thing of it is on the Inspire series, you have a 360 gimbal. But if you're taking videos and you want to see around you,
Right, yeah.
now the Inspire 2 has that pilot cam. You know, it's got the two cameras, the one for
Right.
and
right.
one that manipulates the 360 camera.
So there must be like an actual FPV camera on the.
Yep, there is. It's
Yeah,
a little guy like this, and it's a
Yeah.
2x gimbal.
Oh, it's got a gimbal as well. Okay.
Well, it's got. It
Just a
comes
2
out
axis,
as this little dinky camera, and when you're flying, it'll move a little bit so it doesn't give you this. You know.
Yeah. I got you.
They call it an FPV camera, but it really is a little bit better than an FPV.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get some of the kids to bring down some of the boxes tonight because my son's upstairs and we have to go downstairs.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I'll get them to start staging stuff downstairs so it'll save
Yeah,
us a trip.
exactly. Get it ready to roll.
Get it ready for the
Now
morning.
you go tomorrow and pick up the truck.
Yep, tomorrow morning.
Did you ever find out whether it's cheaper to drop it or not? Or
No, I don't think it is
okay,
because there's a different rate apparently. So we got a pretty good rate for what we're doing.
so how far is it, Hugh? You have to go.
About 60 miles.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
You know, if it was 300-400 miles, that's different.
Yeah, no, we'll get it all done in a day, sort of thing.
So one trip ought to do it.
Well, one trip with the stuff we've got, and then we're going to go to IKEA. I think there's some things we have to pick up there.
Okay. Is there an
TV
idea
stand.
where he lives? Is that what you got to pick up?
Yeah. So we'll get him a TV stand and I think some things like that. Maybe do some groceries for him so that he can at least have some food in
Yeah.
before he has to walk out and go into the neighborhood. So tonight, I guess we'll order pizza for supper.
There you go. But yeah, I just thought, what the heck, we'd come on here today and um,
Hang out.
just kind of hang out and let people come and go and talk about the other thing, anything they want to talk about. I think that the Mavic Mini 2 has been beat to death. I see all the big channels are clamoring to get that young man on there that bought the one.
Oh, yeah. Manuel, I think his name
Yeah,
was.
yeah. And I see he was on Ken Heron and several other shows.
Yeah.
Interesting thing in my Crystal Sky, I tried to load on the Crystal Sky the LANC connection through the app, and
Okay.
the Crystal Sky still is locked, so you can't load it.
Oh, okay.
And I can put it on tablets, but not,
But it's not from DJI, is it?
Yeah,
Is it from DJI, the software?
DJI is the Crystal Sky. Yep,
No, but what's the software?
it's called the Fly app.
But
And
it's
what it does is it allows you to. What it does is it not the Fly app. It's the oh crap.
are you talking about Litchi?
No.
Okay.
What it is it's a application that allows you to see the restricted areas,
Oh, okay.
and then what you do is you apply online right there at that time for a LANC, low altitude. They call it Lance. I call it LANC, low altitude approval, and you just can't put it on there.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want third-party apps on their proprietary hardware.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
But it would be nice because when you go through the process, it approves you right on the spot, and it also then gives you an authorization code.
Yeah.
You tell it for how long you're going to be there, what altitude, all of those kinds of things, and it just approves or doesn't approve.
Yeah.
Because I was in that kind of a situation wasn't that long ago. They were doing some work putting in a big roundabout. Was close to the St. Clair County International Airport, but if you look at the circle, it gives you the elevations that you can't go above.
Yeah.
But if it's in the circle, you still have to get approval.
Yeah.
And so here I am sitting in the end of a dead end street because the construction was in front of me, and it would not let me take off
Damn.
because I didn't have.
So that's what's traumatized you. That's why you want a Autel now.
Yep, that's what's got me thinking about getting
Yeah.
something. Even the old Inspire wouldn't do that. What the old Inspire did is it came up and gave you a notification that this may or may not be, or it's in a restricted area, and there was a little tiny box that you could barely see, but I knew where it was.
Yeah.
Tap on it, and you take full responsibility, and it would take off. Now, what I don't know, Hugh, is when they tighten it up, will they come out then and change the software so that that isn't there anymore. Because even the Inspire One knew where it should and shouldn't take off from.
Yeah. I imagine at some point that's all going to be automated.
Yep.
It's going to take the responsibility and ownership of that from the pilot's hands and pass it on to like the FAA or something. And they're going to have a system where the software determines if your drone can fly or not, and you can't do anything to intervene.
Right. Yeah, I envision that happening too. Although I don't like that because here, I'm a 107 commercial drone pilot.
Yeah.
So you make me go take an FAA examination and everything else and test and pay to have, and yet I'm too stupid to fly my drone.
So, I think we're going to predominantly see a majority of people using self-driving cars as well. And I think the same process is going to be applied to, the automotive industry as well. I think they're still going to grandfather in old gasoline cars that you can self-drive or whatever. But I think eventually there's going to be an automated network of cars just driving around and everything's all AI driven, right?
Yeah.
You can optimize traffic. Like, if, there's one computer that has an overview of all the traffic, they can optimize the, snarls in the traffic and stuff like that.
Well, the thing of it is, Hugh, is we're going to get to a point where does Val still do game night? I know she hasn't. Val's been very, very busy. I'll get back to that topic, but Val's been very, very busy with her new job. She is a tech. She's got a telephone tech job with a security company, and they call up and they're having problems with their security cams or the security that has been installed.
Oh, okay.
And she talks to them and talks through it, gets them
Good
either
for her.
up and running or advises them that they need someone to come on the site and fix whatever it is.
Yep.
And it's funny to hear her talk. I don't know how much, Val likes to exaggerate a little bit.
Yeah.
They'll call up and she says, well, I just tell them, did you unplug it and reset it again?
I worked for a security company repairing alarms for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my very first tech job.
Yeah.
Yep.
She does that right from her home. She's got a second
Oh,
computer.
That's awesome.
Yep. And she must be doing real well at it because, Val has the gift of gab anyway, and she's older and able to talk to. She says most of all the calls she gets from older people that don't quite get tech.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what's been keeping her busy. She's working the 12, 14-hour days, I think. But anyway, getting back to the artificial intelligence, I've seen so much happen in my lifetime. I'm just amazed. Like you say, the future, I won't be here for it, but the future is going to be amazing in the next 30, 40 years.
Oh, for sure.
Not only self-driving cars, like you say, flying cars.
Oh, yeah. Geez, we've already got them, right?
Yep.
Now it's just making them widespread.
They'll become more and more prevalent. And, and there'll be a point in time when flying cars will take the place of private individual aircraft.
For sure.
Because why would you have a beach bonanza that you cannot vertically take off or hover or whatever?
Exactly. I think old planes are going to be anachronisms. They're going to be history objects.
Yeah, they're going to be in aviation museums.
Yeah.
And they'll show the Kitty Hawk flyer and then stage it all the way up.
Well, if you just look at the Model T Ford, for example, as one of the first production automotive cars, and then look at something like the Tesla, that's like a small spaceship.
Yep.
You could almost go to the moon with that damn thing.
Right. Well, and it'll filter down. It'll start out in the high end with
always does.
Because like corporations all own these business jets.
Yep.
And so as technology and distance and however else, maybe kind of a turbo prop type single lift aircraft and with pressurized cabin or whatever, and
Yeah.
it flies itself, you don't have it have a pilot, a co-pilot, or anybody with you on a corporate plane.
Right. Yeah.
You just get in it, tell it where you want to go, and it gets you there,
That's right. That's
And
right.
then, of course, comes the teleportation.
Oh God. Now that I think is we're not going to see.
I think if we do see it, it's 100, 200 years in the future. But I don't.
Yeah.
I can't imagine allowing anybody. Can you imagine being a test person in where they take all of your molecules, scramble them, and send them across?
No, because I understand science.
Yep.
And the fundamental science is not there. It doesn't support it.
Right.
It's just
not there yet until they figure something out.
It's not technically possible, and from an engineering standpoint, it's a crazy hard problem to solve, because you think of every atom in the body, every molecule, right? So whatever teleports you has to copy all of that information. That is a lot of information. We don't have the ability to even, we don't have the ability to calculate that basically yet. So, but maybe with quantum computers, I don't know, who knows?
Hey, the computer that I wonder whatever happened to, remember they had that big show about they had a computer against the man answering questions and all that kind of stuff. And
the Turing test? No, they've never even come close to passing the Turing test to see if a computer could fool a human being.
Yes.
Yeah, no. I think we're a long way away from that. Probably 100 years, I would say. That's what they call general artificial intelligence. That's the holy grail of artificial intelligence, is to make a machine that can basically act as a human and pass as a human.
Do all the calculations and everything else. Yep.
Well, and the intuition and there's a lot, we have a lot going on. We're very complex computers, right?
Yep.
So well, yeah, we're not even close.
Remember the one computer they touted was it called Einstein?
I'm not sure. There's Big Blue. There's a whole bunch of them. Supercomputers,
right? I think it was IBM had it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's not Einstein, but something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Top supercomputers. This is a new list. It's mostly Chinese stuff at the top. They're building the biggest, fastest computers now.
Well, at some point in time, what's going to happen, the robotics industry and the supercomputer industry are going to have to mesh together somehow.
Yeah.
Because
actually,
there's no sense in having mindless robotics.
Yeah. I was mistaken. The Japanese have the biggest supercomputer. And the US actually has number 2 and 3. Okay, that's pretty good. China's number 4 and 5. I guess we've leapt ahead in the last couple of years.
Dave Ennis, how you doing, my friend? We're not ignoring you. Anybody has any questions?
Hey,
go ahead and put them in the chat, and we'll try and talk about.
We're discussing all kinds of crazy stuff here today.
Yeah, drone shots freeze you 100 years and then wake you up again.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm amazed at, and it's been going on for years and years and years, the super rich are doing that. They're going into cryo centers, and they've got them frozen in time.
Yeah.
They don't know how to wake them up, but they're frozen in time, figuring that maybe someday somebody will.
Yeah.
And they may have a disease, but they're also betting on the fact that when they figure out how to reanimate, that they will then reanimate disease-free. I don't know.
I think we'll probably see the ability to freeze people. I mean, there's already science now. Certain frogs, they can freeze. They've got some chemical that keeps their cells from rupturing.
Yeah.
Ice crystals form. So there's been research into the chemicals like that we could maybe use for humans to do something like that. So the physics of that makes sense. That's something that could be nearly possible in maybe 20 or 30 years or 50 years, you know what I mean? Whereas the teleporting thing, I don't think we'll ever see that. You know, that sort of thing.
Well, what I see changing that is going to also change space flight is the fact that, you know, we used to laugh about, you know, warp 10, warp 11, warp 9
Yeah.
speed. Now they've developed now rockets that do 7 times the speed of sound. You know, they're just and they just keep pushing that envelope all the time.
Yep.
And the speed of light is what, 32,000 some hundred feet a second or something?
Oh, 300,000 miles per hour, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
293,000. 299,000 meters, 299,792,458 meters per second. There you go.
And what was it Einstein's theory about when you reach the speed of light something? He doesn't know. He was conflicted about what would happen to your molecules.
Well, the math says that then basically matter is infinite. So you physically can't get to the top speed of light using the general theory of relativity.
Right.
But there's other theories now. But nothing real, no real science on how to go faster than light, at least not that I'm aware of.
Drone jets, there's flying cars. Don't they call those drones?
Yeah.
Well, the Chinese seem to be moving ahead with that, but you got to believe that there's some American companies like Boeing. We just don't know about it.
Yeah.
Boeing and other companies that are General Dynamics and all those people.
Oh, for sure. This is the kind of stuff I spent years thinking about, Paul, because when I was writing science fiction, I was always thinking about, okay, what's the current state of the art in whatever thing I was looking, like supercomputers or, teleporting, because actually teleportation does exist I think at a molecular level or an atomic level. They can teleport atoms across a room, something to that effect. So there's
Right.
Quantum teleportation is possible, but just nothing practical. Like we can't send a calculator or a computer across a room, But anyway, yeah. Drones.
Well, I think we lost a lot of people in our conversation. We're down to 8 people watching now.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Hugh? Think we've had enough?
You say so, sir. I just thought I'd come and keep you company.
Well, I appreciate it coming in because that's what Roger said to me. He says, with Hugh leaving, he didn't want me to carry on his channel because he didn't want me to sit here by myself. So
Yeah. No, I understand.
I think what I'm going to do is we'll call it a day. Everybody in the chat, thanks for coming in. Drone Shots, Dave Ennis, Michael Banny, UFO. Can you get the speed of light? Just turn the lamp.
Just turn the lamp on. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take care, Lynn.
We'll see everybody
Everyone.
again soon. Roger's not on this evening. He's on tomorrow, but here comes the sleet.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah. Wow.
It's sleeting here now. I can show it to you.
I can see it on the camera monitor behind you.
Yep. It's sleeting.
Hey, Blind Neil. Yeah, we're just logging off, bud.
I'm just changing cameras here so you guys might be able to see it. It stopped already. Yep, but it was sleeting. So these guys across the street are digging around and doing some work outside, and they look frozen to me.
Let me get my snowblower out almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Blind Neil, sorry, buddy. We're going to be seeing everybody again soon. And bye for now to everybody. Take care. We'll see you real soon.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.